Volleyball NIT at the Salt Palace Convention Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. California, obviously a hotbed of volleyball, and San Diego, no better place than that to play some volleyball. If you're going to go indoor, maybe 3 days a year you want to be indoor in San Diego, but you got to have that beach experience too. And Wave Volleyball Club, Brennan Dean is with us. Brennan, thanks for joining us on the stage. I keep saying it. I'm sure Triple Crown people are tired of hearing me say it. I've named this the platform of prestigious people. So I wanted to get the term platform in here because it's got a double meaning in this situation. But prestigious people is more important. So we've got another one. Brennan's with us. Thanks for taking a little time this morning. I know you're busy. You got 5 clubs here in town, 5 teams here in town playing one in each of the age groups from 14s through 18s. I guess first of all, the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT experience. I know last year we had 3 televised matches. Your teams were in 67% of those. You had a finalist in 2 of those, 14s and 16s of our televised things. So you've had a nice, robust background with this event. What is your perspective on this Salt Lake experience?
I think it's great. I'm just happy to be here and happy to be invited and feel fortunate. The last year we had 2 teams in the finals. Great group of kids, fantastic staff. Steve Timmons, Brent Hilliard with our 16s last year winning it. Tammy Leibel with our 14s. Came up a little bit short, but great tournament and happy to be back. It's just fantastic competition year after year.
Obviously for a club like yours, for Wave, you could get away with not even leaving your state and you could get plenty of competition. But to come here, the nice thing is it's a little shorter trip for you. There's a lot of clubs who make the trip from Midwest and even deep in the East. A pretty cool opportunity for your players to see some real geographic diversity.
Yeah, we need it too. Our region's fantastic and we get great competition. But at this time of the year, we want to see these really good teams and we want to get a laundry list of all the things that we need to work on. So it's perfect timing for us and we're not going to miss it.
212 teams are here this weekend on President's Day weekend, and about double that in the number of college coaches, over 400 college coaches here. Can you tell us a little bit about, from Wave's perspective, how do you, or how don't you, take advantage of that presence in this building of all those college coaches roaming around?
Yeah, great opportunity for the kids. This tournament's fantastic for college coaches to be able to see really good matches early on in the tournament. And it's all about relationships, so it's us we're networking with the staff and making sure that our connections are solid, and we have a big group of administrators out here that are here primarily just for recruitment purposes. And it's our job as directors, recruitment coordinators, to make sure that we're helping these families and these kids go through the process of the recruitment and make sure that we aren't missing any steps and making sure that we're being patient through the process and finding the right fit for the kid.
What do you tell either the parents or the players as far as strategies or a couple of bullet points of, with all these college coaches here, here's a couple things to be thinking about or not be doing? Or
Gosh, yeah. We do a seminar every year. We just had ours 2 weeks ago, and we had over 150 families come from our club. We have Division I presenters, and we give a ton of tips and examples on how to contact colleges and what the right format is and how to how to carbon copy the staff at Wave so that the coaches can reply to us and we can get the information back to them. One little thing that I always like to mention in that presentation is, they are recruiting you as a volleyball player, but they're also recruiting you as a person. So not only are they watching you play and compete, but they're watching how you interact with your teammates, how you interact with your coaches. If you ask for a water from a teammate, are you saying thank you? Are we going to shag the ball? Those little things, how you react to a poor play. So we always tell them that, you got to make sure that you're showing them that you're a good person and a good volleyball player.
Yeah. That reminded me of last night. I was at the Utah gymnastics meet here, and UCLA was in town. They're ranked number 4 and 5 in the country.
Great programs.
Yeah, Utah in gymnastics, they had 15,000 people there at Huntsman Center last night. They sell out the Huntsman Center. And one of the UCLA gymnasts on her floor routine had a fall. She had a great run, and she fell. And, you see this all the time in gymnastics, and it's been spoofed, in fact, sort of hyperbole of keeping the smile too big. But her genuine reaction, you could see, that millisecond of disappointment. And she had to keep competing. When she was done, and she had to do her, acknowledge the crowd, and her teammates come up, and they're trying to be positive. But I actually thought of what you just said, which was that composure and that recognition in a situation that, that was bad right now, but that doesn't define me at this point.
Exactly.
So you've got, that's a huge skill set. And, for a 14, 15, 16-year-old kid, it's hard for anybody to do.
Yeah.
And especially at that age when you're really trying to establish what am I, how good am I, it's hard to hold that line a lot of times.
It is, and that's one of the things that I'm so passionate about coaching, and we try to instill in our staff is that, you guys are opportunities to be amazing mentor for these young women and men. We have a boys' side as well. And the life skills that you learn out of sports and team sports is just absolutely fantastic. How to advocate for yourself, how to be a teammate, all of these important things that these kids have a great opportunity to pick up early on that are going to help them as professionals. They're going to help them in their relationships. They're going to help them in their family. So we really stress and try to instill that in our athletes.
Good. So 39 teams in the Wave program now.
39 teams. We've got 7 boys teams. We've got a sand program that has approximately 300 kids. Our indoor kids play a lot of sand. Our sand kids play a lot of indoor. Very well-rounded, family-oriented club. And
some new digs, new facility online.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah, we're very proud and excited about our brand new facility. We're still working out at our old facility, but we've added a new 4-court indoor facility with a weight training area that is only training volleyball athletes, along with a 3 sand court facility that we've already done college combines and tournaments. And we've just had a great response from the community, and it's only grown the game, so everybody's happy.
How young do you start sand?
Oh, gosh, our sand program will start. We'll have 3rd graders in there, so
is that just awesome?
Yeah, they love it. The parents love it. They bring their lawn chairs down, and we've got a cool palapa feel. We spend half the time actually at a beach. It's only a quarter mile away from our facility, and then we have the new facility that we get to use under the lights, so we get to play at night and things like that. So with the weather in San Diego, we're pretty lucky and spoiled.
So 3rd graders, that's what are you, like 8, 9 years old?
Yeah, exactly. We have some younger programs that will start for indoor, just to expose the kids to the game. And we've got a kindergarten through 2nd grade program. We call it the Ripple program, our little mini wave. Pretty popular, really fun to see. I've coached it a couple of times. Maybe the hardest experience I've ever personally gone through as a coach, but still a lot of fun.
Well, one of the upsides of that is the coaching impact, the productive outcome of the simple elements of the game, the very basic elements that you get to teach. Sometimes it's nice to return back to the roots of coaching.
Yeah.
And, the learning curve is so steep at that point that I did this with baseball a couple of years ago where I hadn't coached sort of a recreational level for a few years.
Yeah.
And I did. And it was really rewarding because it was a player at a point where they needed a lot of that. Just give me the foundation. Is it like that with these young players?
It is, yeah. It's stressing the foundation, but probably even more important is just making sure that everybody's having a fun time and laughing and giggling.
Safe and fun.
Yeah. We'll do Congo lines. It is just all fun. And we, go over the simple stuff. Let's just pass, serve. Everybody learning every skill. That's another big thing that we really stress at our club is we want to make sure that we have real well-rounded players so that when colleges and professional teams pick them up, that they're going to be universal.
This Triple Crown Volleyball NIT is a gathering of the finest, the top competition. I would bet you're doing a few fewer conga lines here.
Yeah, no, it's all business when you come out to a tournament like this. The competition starting point 1 is just absolutely ridiculous, but it's gratifying. This is why we train so hard, is to play teams like this. So we're very fortunate to have teams that can compete at this level, and the staff at Wave just deserves all the credit, and so do the families, hardworking families.
You mentioned some of your staff, obviously a long list of former collegiate players, Olympians. What are the dynamics? How do you manage that? You've got so much coaching talent and sort of known names.
Right.
How do you deploy that staff out to maximize the effect?
Yeah, I really have stolen what the founder of our club, Ed Machado, instilled in me when I was a coach. 5 years ago, I was still just coaching. And it was, you have the autonomy. I'm going to be around if you need support. But I want you to be forward-thinking. I want you to be progressive. And I want you to run the team the way that you want to run it. We're there as an administrative team to provide support and to help and to give insight. But my job as the director is really go find coaches that are way better than me. And I think I've done a pretty good job with that. and I don't want to mess them up, so I just try to stay out of the way.
That gives me an idea. So your job is to find better coaches. I should probably be a director because it would be really easy for you to find better coaches than me.
No, you're doing a great job.
I start from we start from here and we move up. The Wave program over the basically 5 years of this Triple Crown Volleyball NIT with kind of a launch year in Richmond, Virginia. But I've been involved in the television, the championship games, our broadcasts of those every year we've been here. And Wave has been kind of a constant presence in that. We have an experience usually the night before where we have the players fill out biography sheets. So we catch them, they win a match that gets them into into the championship, and we pull them to the side and we sit them around some tables, give them pens and some paper. And my memories of the Wave players that we've interacted with are they've been great as far as working with them and dynamic people.
Glad to hear that.
But fun. I mean, we've always I just remember a lot of laughing, and really enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
We don't want you to know that's been our perspective. Is it appears they bring some joy to the process.
Oh, that's good to hear. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Is one of the greatest strengths of our teams is our tight-knit family within it, and to have fun. And if they're not having fun, they're not going to be playing at their highest level. And we tell them that all the time. Use your voices, go out there, be goofy, be kids, have fun, work hard, be disciplined. But without that joy and that love of the game, you're not going to find success at every level. Yeah. So we really always are pushing that, instilling that, and it doesn't surprise me that outsiders are seeing it as well.
Good. Yeah. So you've got today and tomorrow. What's on tap for you for the rest of the visit here to Salt Lake City?
Just a lot more volleyball, making sure that all the kids are healthy and taking care of their bodies. We we really stress the pre and the post play. We're very organized as far as what we want to be doing at what times. So just making sure that we're staying on schedule and taking care of the little things so that we can be optimal at the end of this tournament.
And then what's your next big thing after this?
Sorry, the next tournament that we'll be headed off to is we'll go into the qualifier season. So we'll have all 39 of our teams traveling across the United States competing. We'll go to Atlanta this year. We'll have teams in Kansas City. I'll have teams in Spokane and Colorado. But it's just it's the traveling part. We've got 3 months of travel, so we grind from here on out.
Yeah.
We've got a big, exciting tournament, Long Beach, JVA, WCC, new tournament that's starting. That's going to be at the end of the year in May. We really think that that's going to help us this year prepare for the national tournament. We're going to be able to see some more of these teams that are going to be flying out to the West Coast. So we think that's going to be a great opportunity to tune up before nationals.
Good. Good. Anything we didn't get to on Wave that needs to be said?
No, we're just we're just happy to be here, and thanks for chatting with me.
That's Brennan Dean with Wave Volleyball Club from San Diego.
Appreciate it.